I'm one that hi guys and morning. I'm one that always says it's always important or better for you to disclose your HIV status from day one. But at times I get to understand why people don't do it. There's nothing as frustrating as being with a person that says they understand the situation, and then along the way, they let their fears and their thoughts overwhelm them. I've been talking to a couple of men and women the past couple of days that are involved with HIV negative people, and they seemed okay in the beginning, but then the fear crept in and whatnot, and now they don't know how to let go of these people. You get to a point where you're like, okay, you've spent 6 months with me, spent a year with me, you and I were okay, we were intimate and all of that. Now suddenly you want to tell me that you are not okay with my HIV status. Kanjan, you know and I honestly feel like we need to get to a point where we normalize, even the HIV positive community, normalize to accept rejection from the beginning. Trust me when I say it saves you a lot of pain, it saves you a lot of heartache, because dealing with the pain of a person leaving immediately is better than dealing with having to get to know a person for months, for weeks, for years, and then they are still, uncomfortable. And it's okay to be rejected. I still say that in most of my videos. It's okay to be rejected. If we can say as women that I don't want to date a man that does not work, or I don't want to be with a man that has multiple baby mamas, or if a man can say I won't marry a woman that has a child, my family would not approve, or I won't marry a woman that has been divorced before, then surely people are also allowed to say that I can't date a person who's HIV positive, you know and you can just imagine, Ogoti, you guys get into a relationship, and there comes a time when you guys maybe are intimate, and obviously you're using protection, and then the protection bursts, and then this person jumps, and after that they don't want to do anything with you anymore, and then for the next couple of days and weeks they are worried about their HIV status, and the conversation is just what if, what if, what if, what if. It is draining. I haven't really gone through it, but guys, I've gone through enough things to understand that certain things, they're gonna be draining, and I remember the other day I said to this other guy, it's best to let the girl go. Even I think it was day before yesterday when I was talking to another girl that has met a guy 2 weeks back, and he disclosed in the second week that he's HIV positive, and now she does not know what to do because she's madly in love with this man, but she can't, and I'm like, I said to her, please let that man go. Let that man go. Let him meet somebody that will be able to make him even comfortable with his status. Guys, if you're not ready to handle it, don't even come into my life, If you know that you don't want to marry me because I've got kids or because I've been divorced, why do you still come into my life? If I disclose from the beginning that, Ebra, I've been married twice, I've got 2 kids, I'm HIV positive, and you already see that this is not what you want, this is not the future that we want, why still waste a person's time? Can we normalize getting to a point where we we are true to ourselves, and we protect the next person after they've disclosed their HIV status? This is mostly about an HIV status, not even about having kids, and because I feel like those are just pathetic things, but each person has their choice. But if you come across a person who is HIV positive and you feel that you love them, can you deal with yourself first before you lead them on further? Can you deal with your first self first to an extent where you are sure that you have accepted the status, so that to an extent that should the protection burst, or should you guys, like, who doesn't know at this point that when you've been taking your meds well and you are undetectable, then there's no way that you can pass on the virus to the next person? Who does not know that, I honestly feel like we do know the truth, we just operate in fear most of the time. But you cannot get into a woman's life, you cannot get into a man's life, and make them believe in love, make them have this hope of a beautiful future. When you are HIV positive already, when it comes to relationships, it's going to be a challenge. It's going to be a challenge because stigma is still very high. So I already know, as in Tateng, that should I decide to be in a relationship, it's going to be a very big challenge, because now you still have to explain your status, you still have to explain how undetectable you are, how it happened, how you got it, that you don't even know now. But you have to go through a whole process of explaining yourself, and then the person walks away, then you meet someone new and you explain that again, and then they walk away, and then maybe you meet a third person, and then they decide to stay. and then you guys eventually, after a couple of years, you get married. Maybe okay, Renata Bazalwan, you would not want to be intimate and whatnot, but let's say again, let's put Buzalane outside and say you a normal person, you guys get intimate, and then the protection bursts. Then this person jumps and goes hysterical. Oh, what if I get sick? You know, and it's so sad because even I heard a girl that I was talking to. I think it was sometime last month. She said she was dating this guy, and they were, they were okay. They dated for like 4 or 5 months, and things just didn't work out. Their characters were just too different, and they decided to walk away from the relationship. Unfortunately, they had been intimate already, and were not using protection, and this was one of the factors that were now used against her when the guy was walking away. I accepted you with your status. Hey, hey, hey. I hope I'm not sick. And like, guys, where is humanity? Like, where is humility? Where Ubuntu BAP? It's already tough for a person to understand that they are stuck with this for the rest of their lives. So for you to come and even use it against them, for you to come into their life and act like you want to be with them, but every second conversation it's HIV. Every second conversation is, like, I would imagine the peace that one would have to be able to take your meds in front of your partner, or for your partner to even remind you, say, baby, it's time to take meds. Like, the peace that would come with that, for you to be able to just be free around umuntu ozwana naye, without wanting, without being judged, without being a bit uptight to say, yo, what will he or she say when I start taking my meds? Like, I can imagine me being me. My meds are literally lying around all over. Even my son knows when the alarm goes off, he brings my meds. He probably doesn't know what it's for exactly, but we'll have the conversation one day. But my meds are lying around all over. So most definitely, when I have baby and baby is at my place, I'm going to be taking my meds in front of baby, and baby has to support it. So can we normalize being kind? Can we normalize being true to ourselves, and not adding to people's stress, not adding to people's strain? If you know that you are not up for it, please don't lead a person on. If you know that you can't handle it, if you know that even when people end up finding out, like, you can imagine me being public with my HIV status, and then you get into a relationship with me. If you know that you are not going to be okay with being judged, because obviously people are going to be like, yo, uzwana nalo mntana ogulayo. Are you going to be able to stand that? If not, then don't even approach me. Why are you going to approach me when you see me confidently talking about my status all over social media, and you come and inbox me, oh, I'm interested in you, can we start something? Hey, then we start something, and then you start seeing people talk about you, and you're like, oh, baby, I can't handle this. If you can't, don't even try. Don't even try. We've got enough to deal with our status. We've got enough to deal with rejection within the family, within the rest of the world. Now still have to deal with you that is unsure of what you want. I leave people alone, please. Even those with babies, even those who have been divorced. If you know there's an issue with somebody that you can't handle, stay away. Don't come and be another person's frustration. Bye bye.